my favorite sweep in the gi. Messing a little bit with spider guard. Obviously something that we can't really do in no gi. So let's say, actually let's start using my closed guard. Alright, I start getting control of his sleeves. Alright, get some grips of his sleeves, right? And I start putting my feet on his hips. Alright, I have one arm in, one arm out, which is a good setup for, however I want to move my guard. Right over here, I'm going to post my foot on his hip, and I'm going to bring my hip all the way out. Alright, I have this sleeve. I'm going to take my left leg, and I'm going to come all the way inside of his bicep. Alright, my knee is going to stay bowed out. I don't want to do this where you can start collapsing me and looking to pass my guard. So I'm going to make sure that my knee is folded out nice and tight. Alright, from this position, there's a good chance he's going to start trying to push this leg. Alright, I'm going to kind of let him think that he could push this leg and pass my guard. Alright, as he passes my guard, this hand's going to snake underneath his thigh. Now I'm going to take my knee and I'm going to open it up all the way to my left. So I open it up all the way to my left. Keep taking him, keep taking him, keep taking him until I get this sweep. Alright, from here, I'm in a bicep crusher. Alright. If I don't want to finish with the bicep crusher, I'm going to make sure as I come up, I let that hand pop out, and I'm just going to get to regular side control over here, right? Again, I have some tight shoulder pressure. I have my underhook, one knee's blocking his hip, and my other hand is actually trapping his arm, okay? So going for just the sweep. Then I'm going to show two submissions that you can go right into from here. So he's in my guard, all right? I start grabbing his sleeves. I have his sleeves over here. I put one foot on his hip, other foot on his hip, all right? I extend my hip out all the way, shrimp out all the way. I have my leg virtually straight. This leg wraps around, right, in the back of his tricep using this hook, all right? He thinks he's gonna pass my guard. I put this other foot on his hip, all right? So I have one foot in his armpit, other toe is wrapped around his hip. My hand needs to underhook his leg. Alright, I need to get this underhook. From here, I'm going to open up. If I don't want to get the bicep crusher, as I come up, I'm going to let his hand pop out. Alright, go right to side control. I'm going to do the same exact sweep, finishing with the bicep crusher. Alright, so starting again in my closed guard. I grab Anthony's sleeves, I got good grips on him. I put one foot on his hip, other foot on his hip. Shrimp out all the way, foot's extended. Inside his bicep, my toes in the back of his tricep. My other leg hooks by his hip. Anthony comes in, thinks he's getting the pass. This hand comes underneath, all right? Palm faced up. Palm is faced up, not back. All right, palm's faced towards me. I'm now gonna open my legs. Now when I go to sit up, I'm going to keep my hips low so his hand doesn't pop out. I'm going to keep my hips low, come right up until I get the tap. All right, so I leave my shin inside his bicep. As I sit up, I like to get my underhook, all right, flexing my hips forward, putting a tremendous amount of pressure on his bicep, right? It's a bicep crusher. One other submission that I like from here is a pretty easy transition into a knee bar, all right? So, starting again, in my guard, I have the sleeves, right? One foot on the hip, other foot on the hip. Shrimp out, creating space. This hook, inside, all the way back to his tricep. He goes to pass. I'm on his hip, this hand comes underneath his leg, underhooking. As I get this sweep, you see my knee is on this side of his leg. What I want to do is pop my knee to the other side. Alright, so instead of landing like this, I'm going to pop my knee to the other side of his thigh. Now I'm going to let go of his sleeve, I'm going to fall over to my right, and I'm going to pinch my knees together right into a knee bar until I get a tap. Alright, going through that one more time. I have Anthony in my closed guard, grabbing his sleeves, alright? Foot on the hip, other foot on the hip. Shrimp out. Foot's nice and extended. This foot's going to come inside his bicep, toe wraps around his tricep. He goes to look to pass. Hand comes inside his thigh. Open up, get my sweep. Transition. My knee that's on his stomach goes underneath his leg. I fall on my right side, staying nice and tight. Drape all the way down to his leg, get my tap. If I wasn't getting the tap, I'd bring it around my armpit so that I could get more torque on his knee. Alright? It's your option. Some guys have really, really flexible knees. All right. Really, my advice is to first work on the sweep. The 2 submissions, transition fairly easy into it, but I would definitely focus on getting the sweep at first. All right. Hope you guys enjoy it.